Hi, I'm Jen Cohen. I'm owner and lead tutor at Launchpad Education. I've been a tutor for over 20 years, specializing in test prep for students with learning differences. Despite the common perception among many people, my students can and do attend college on a regular basis. They also graduate and go on to successful careers. But college admissions exams like the SAT and ACT are seen as roadblocks for these students, and many choose not to even try the tests and apply only to test-optional schools. But contrary to the common wisdom, LDA ADHD students conquer these tests all the time. They do need to approach preparation differently, but they can do it. My talk will give you the tools to find an effective prep program, navigate the minefield of accommodations, and keep a healthy perspective on the admissions process. Here's a sampling of tips on choosing great test prep. Typical test prep often focuses only on strategies, when the majority of students with learning differences have content weaknesses. Strategies help, but they are only part of the picture. For students testing with accommodations, planning for how best to use or not use extended time is also critical. That's especially true for students with weakness in executive functioning. Test anxiety tends to be an issue as well, but most test prep doesn't directly address it. Flexibility is an essential element too. You want instructors to have the freedom and the skill to adjust to students' needs. This also increases efficiency and can result in lower costs to families. Further, ADHD-LD students often need more homework time or have lots of extracurriculars, so committing to long prep sessions can be unrealistic. They need shorter, focused prep. Finally, the best prep options will use official test materials whenever possible. Unofficial tests and questions written by prep companies have not been standardized and can often be confusing, especially for LD students. The accommodations process has fortunately become a bit more streamlined in the past year or so, and most families will find it easier to navigate. Students with an established history of accommodations may be automatically approved for SAT or ACT accommodations at the school level because the testing companies have farmed out the document review process to the schools for students who meet certain criteria. In general, just remember to keep your testing updated, and for students with complicated histories or diagnoses, compile the kitchen sink when it comes to documentation. Finally, remember that many schools will automatically request PSAT or SAT accommodations from the College Board for students receiving school-based accommodations, but the application process for the ACT requires families to register for the test before the school can request accommodations. Stay in touch with the coordinator for students with disabilities at your school. Finally, keep everything in perspective for your own sanity and your students. Every student out there who wants to go to college will go to college, even though all the hype makes it seem like that isn't the case. There is a school for every student. Make sure you exude confidence in front of your students, even if you're not always sure yourself. And don't let your fears or your own testing experiences cloud your perspective. Remember that it's not about the name brand on your student's school. It's about fit. Students who didn't graduate from the Ivy League have successful careers. Be realistic, and you're assuring college admission success. I hope you'll join me for my session at LDA 2018. It's session number T26 on Thursday afternoon. Would love to meet you.